Hi, I'm Mandi Pryor and welcome to Spotlight on Pittsburgh. Spotlight on Pittsburgh is a program about Pittsburgh's most fascinating people and what they do to make our city an amazing place to live and work. Each year we bring on two guests who represent nonprofits. Today you will meet Susan Miller, who will tell you about She Deserves. Later in the episode, you will meet Dr. Shellie Hipsky of the Global Sisterhood, as well as CEO of Inspiring Lives magazine. We will see you back here in a moment. Hi, and welcome back to Spotlight on Pittsburgh. I'm here with Susan Miller. Susan, thank you so much for joining me on the show.
Thank you for inviting me.
No problem. So, thank you for bringing on a nonprofit. Obviously, the holidays, everybody's wondering who they should give to, and we're here at Spotlight today to bring up your cause and find out more about it and why you feel that it should be important this holiday season to follow She Deserves, to give back to She Deserves.
Okay.
So can you tell me a little bit about it?
Okay, so the women that we serve are abused women that have gotten out of that situation and they're safe, and so we help them build entrepreneur skills based on their strengths because 98% of women that leave their domestic partner for abuse are subjected to financial abuse, which means that person then controls the finances, and so we try to help them by stepping in and giving them control by letting them start their own businesses, giving them the tools to do that so that they can become financially self-sustainable. And the other reason too is because about 20 to 60% of those women also lose their jobs after they leave because relative to the abuse. So it just helps them to take control of the situation.
So it's really like they're starting all over again.
They are, yes.
And so how did you get involved in She Deserves?
Well, I started it based on wasn't expecting to go here. I started it based on my own story. I was in an abusive relationship, and I identified the struggles that I went through trying to start my own business. Starting my own business made sense because I had to support my children with no child support, and I needed that flexibility. I wasn't getting that with a regular job, so I didn't feel there was a support system in place to help me do that. So after identifying with that, I decided to start the organization because I knew I wasn't the only one to help those women. So
it kind of was like an inspiration to yourself to get out there and help support these women. And, there's a lot of places that will help, give you a place to live. It will help you to kind of get back on your feet that way, clothing, but maybe not as much in business and in careers. So that's wonderful that they have that kind of support as well. And from that perspective of what has happened rather than going to like a general career place that helps them, find jobs and stuff.
And we're hearing from our strategic partners, we seem to be the next step. So yes, there's a lot of resources in place to help them get out of that situation, get them safe, get them in housing. But after they've gotten to that point, what's next? So we seem to be that next step. So, and when women come to us, if they need those resources, we can direct them to get them safe, get out of that situation, help develop a plan, get some legal help, and then let's get those things in place so then we can take you to the next step, take control of your life and your finances so you can protect yourself and your family.
And so how does your organization work? Is it meetings or workshops? Is it just, is there like a home place where you meet, or how can abuse victims find you?
Right now they're finding us through word of mouth, also through our strategic partners. What we're currently offering is peer-to-peer mentorship groups. It's been my experience as I'm working with these women, until they start the healing process, I can't take them further. So we're not counselors, and we can redirect them if they need counseling. But sometimes the first step is just talking about what they have gone through. And when they do that with other women that can relate to the same type of abuse, that's usually the first step towards healing. And then we then have an evaluation process that allows us to identify what their strengths are. And then we have a business development program that also provides accountability. And we also offer business scholarships. So we evaluate each woman and her business growth. If she demonstrates growth, and she needs something, like let's say she needs a website, then what we do is we pay for those items that she needs through our program.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So we then partner up with several organizations and businesses that can provide those things. And our biggest one right now is we've partnered up with some companies that are providing their services to refurbish computers, because our biggest expense right now is laptops. To start a business, you need a laptop, you know.
Need a laptop.
I don't know how you do it with that one, but you need a laptop. And to keep buying a new one, we just can't absorb that expense right now. So that's an example, is that's some of the things that we provide for our women. So
you really give them a look at what their lives can be moving forward, but start with, what's happened and kind of addressing that as well.
Yeah, we understand what has happened. And to move forward, yes, we're going to have to move forward while identifying what has happened, and we're going to use that as, propel us, because that's actually will make us stronger, So
well, and I think as a woman myself, and doing so many different things, that a career is empowering to have for yourself. It's one thing that you have for yourself that's part of you. So giving them that outlook and that perspective that things are going to be okay, and that they have this whole shiny new thing that they're taking on, and they have the help and the structure that they need to achieve it. I think that's a wonderful thing that you guys are doing.
Thank you. And if anything, I believe that this program actually gives them control, because abuse is about control. And so when you are controlled, it's hard to take that control back, So this platform, this program, enables them to take control of their lives and their destiny. Because when with your own business, the sky's the limit, and sometimes you need that for your family.
And so how can people get involved? How can people help? How can people, work with She Deserves?
Lots of ways to get involved. Right now, the best ways, and I just posted on our Facebook page, the top 10 ways to get involved in She Deserves. But first one is join our social sites, especially our Facebook page. And that will be a great way to get updates, learn about our organization, but share that information. That's our biggest, we need people to help us share our message. Some of the other ways are, get on our email list, because we're sending out emails. Also take that and send it to someone that might need our services or our products. We're always looking for personal introductions to influencers or just other people that could benefit from our products and services. I'm trying to think of them all. There's lots of ways to get involved, but we're primarily looking for people to join our team and helping to get the word about She Deserves, because the more women we can help, that's what we're about. So, and of course, with any nonprofit, there's always contributions, but we believe instead of donating, support some of the things that help give back to us. Some of those are our business partners. We have several businesses throughout the Pittsburgh area that when you buy products and services through them, they actually contribute a portion of your purchase back to She Deserves. We have She Deserves gifts, especially for the holiday season. We're doing our charity bake sale and poinsettia sale. So when you're giving a gift to someone, you can purchase something like that, and letting them know that supported She Deserves. A lot of people appreciate those type of gifts. you know.
Absolutely.
You know, and of course, you know, get involved in our fundraising events. We have lots of fundraising events, and we've been blessed that there are a lot of organizations stepping in and putting together their own events and making She Deserves a beneficiary. So some of our upcoming ones is the Pittsburgh Speakeasies. We've been very blessed that they have committed to each month their events to the benefiting She Deserves. So their big one is the New Year's Eve one.
I've seen that one.
And these are like, I like to describe them as they're exclusive private parties in Pittsburgh.
Yes.
So nobody knows where they're at unless you actually get your ticket. Then they give you clues onto where the party is at.
That's fun.
And you have to figure out where it's at and then show up, and they give you a password, and they won't let you in without the password. So it's actually pretty fun. And each event is themed for fun. And so the New Year's Eve one, the theme is the 1920s Gatsby. And they're going to have live 1920s band. They have an complimentary open bar, hors d'oeuvres. They've partnered up with a hotel, so you can stay safely at the hotel, and they have a complimentary limo from the hotel to the destination, which of course I can't say. But
we hope to. We'll share that information about that event, so you'll be benefiting from that as well.
Right.
Good. Well, we're going to bring you back out with Dr. Shellie after her interview. Very briefly, do we want to talk about the Red Nose campaign?
The Holiday Nose campaign. So I brought something for you.
Yeah, I saw them.
So this is our Holiday Nose campaign.
I have to put it on.
And so I know this time of year, everybody is looking for donations for their nonprofit. You look very cute.
Oh, thanks. It's Rudolph inspired.
There we go. So everybody's looking for donations, and we're trying to change the whole concept of asking people to give us money. So we've come up with this fun way that for your small donation of $5, you can participate in the Holiday Nose campaign and have fun and proudly show your support for She Deserves.
Wonderful.
So, and you can get your nose on our website at www.shedeserves.org.
Wonderful.
You look very cute.
Oh, thank you. Well, we will see you back out here in a moment.
Okay.
Thanks so much, Susan.
Thanks.
To find out more, please follow She Deserves on social media, as well as go to their website, shedeserves.org. We will see you back here in a moment. Thank you. Hi, and welcome back to Spotlight on Pittsburgh. We are here with Dr. Shellie Hipsky. Hi, welcome.
Thank you for having me here, Mandi.
Of course, it's so nice to have you. So please tell me a little bit about yourself to start.
Well, I am Dr. Shellie Hipsky. I'm the CEO of Inspiring Lives International. I am the president of the Global Sisterhood, and that's what I want to talk about today,
absolutely.
and the editor-in-chief of Inspiring Lives magazine.
So just a few things on your plate.
You know, just a little something,
Just a little
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
And so, we're featuring nonprofits this month. So I wanted to find out a little bit more about the Global Sisterhood and what it does to empower women.
Oh, that's what we're all about, Mandi. We have started about 4 years ago. We started our nonprofit, the Global Sisterhood, and it has really become such a powerful movement internationally, and it really started here. It was headquartered in Pittsburgh, and we have helped people from Pakistan to South Africa to right here in the Burgh.
So give me examples of some of those
Absolutely.
outreach.
I would love to. Do you want to go far and wide, or you want to stay here at home?
I kind of want to
Go.
I want to see what's
Let's
out there.
travel.
We'll come back. We'll come back.
Let me
to
take you
Pittsburgh.
somewhere. Okay, so
Let's go for a
I could
walk.
tell you about Nasomo. He is a chief in Africa. He's a leader over 30,000 people there, and he has a group of ladies, young ladies, who are called the Super Ladies. They are soccer champions.
Oh.
And in Ghana there. And he came to me. I was doing some leadership work with him because I was a tenured professor at Robert Morris for a decade in leadership. My PhD students were in leadership. So I've been helping lead him. And he actually came to us and said, our girls really need soccer shoes. And I was like, we can figure this out, because we
absolutely,
like whatever people have needed, whatever women have needed around the world, we do what we call hashtag pop-up giving, and we make it happen, because we are powerful, dynamic women, and we just come together, and there's over 1,000 of us strong with the Global Sisterhood, and we make it happen. So we got 40 pairs of shoes donated to those kiddos in Africa, and now they call me the soccer mom in Africa there.
Officially.
Officially. So that's one. We also have schools that teach entrepreneurship and leadership. And a really good example of that is in South Africa. Hasina Patel is one of the leaders there of the Women's Leadership Empowerment Circles. And I've actually been Skyping into those for many years, and helping those young ladies learn how to vision board and dream big and go for their goals. And we were able to raise funds for them so that they could start a whole leadership center there in South Africa. So
fantastic.
thank you. Also in Pakistan, we've joined up with other Pittsburgh charities to help Sister Zeph in Pakistan. She was teaching under tents with holes in them on a dirt floor in a courtyard of her home in Pakistan, hot heat. I mean, no fans, no nothing. And this was 20 years of her teaching in those extreme settings without. And we were able to, she took my Empower You Master class actually, and through the Global Sisterhood Scholarship that we got for her. And we teamed up with other women, like Inspired Women is one of the places that we teamed up with. And now she's got a brick and mortar school with textbooks and uniforms and healthy food for the kiddos. And I mean, this is a place where they've got things like child brides and just extreme conditions. Yeah. Absolutely. And I've been really blessed that they've come to me and said, what could we do, Dr. Shellie? And I've had this incredible pool of women to work with on it. But I definitely want to get to the Pittsburgh stuff too.
Well, we have to talk. I mean,
it is spotlight on Pittsburgh. Yeah, we probably should go there too.
And so, how long has the Global Sisterhood been around?
We've been around since February 10th, 2016.
Oh, so when a few years old, but growing very rapidly.
Yes, absolutely.
And so what about the Pittsburgh area? What have you been doing around?
Oh my gosh, well, there's so many needs here in Pittsburgh, like right here. And the women, especially with the pop-up giving, they come to us, and sometimes it's anonymous, sometimes, a friend's house just burnt down, or there was a woman that we teamed up with Mission for Mars who was a pregnant homeless woman on the streets of Pittsburgh. And Christy called me and she said, we need help. Can we count on the Global Sisterhood? I was like, absolutely. So we got her off of the streets and we got her into a hospital setting so that she could be healthy and be able to give birth to this baby in a nice Pittsburgh hospital. And the Global Sisters and I, we went and we did a huge baby shower because that's what she needed.
She needed everything.
She needed everything. Like, she's starting from scratch and she needed to be able to provide for this baby. And when a new little baby comes into the world, you do know.
I do know.
You do know. So we're always on it. Like, whenever there's a need, thank God we've been able to fulfill it. So it's been a real blessing that way.
Well, what's really nice about She Deserves that was just on in the Global Sisterhood, it's not like you're just focused on one thing, you provide one thing. You're listening to these women and finding out their stories, and you're finding out what they need.
Exactly.
So that's just so important to really take in the individual and help them.
Absolutely.
On a need-by-need basis.
I learned that a long time ago. My 13th book comes out in July.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So when I did Ordinary People, Extraordinary Planet, I interviewed Shannon, who runs Share out of Africa. And that was one thing that she said to me, Mandi, was that you really have to focus on what they need and not what you think they need when it comes to charitable donations and giving. And so we really focus on that, like, what do they really need to make their dreams come true, even if it's just that getting them over that obstacle that they're facing currently.
Well, and everybody's always facing obstacles, and everybody's so different that you have to think of what that person needs. I mean,
Exactly.
that's first and foremost. If you're really going to help them.
Absolutely.
I mean, if that's your goal. So.
And you mentioned the stories and really diving deep into those stories. And I have been so fortunate to be able to interview over 1,000 women for my TV show and my radio show and my now my magazine, Inspiring Lives magazine.
Yes.
And that is actually now underneath the umbrella of the nonprofit, the Global Sisterhood, because we were being able to spotlight so many incredible women and their stories and put those out there so that other people knew. It's just been a wonderful vehicle to garner people that were donors, sponsors, people that really wanted to step up to the plate. And I didn't want it to be under the LLC anymore. I wanted it to be under the nonprofit so that
Under
the
its
money,
own.
so the money coming in could go back into helping these women learn how to read and write. Like, for example, in the current issue, I'm sorry, I'm a whirlwind.
I'm going along with
Okay,
it.
good,
We're
good.
working together here.
In the current issue, we have Dr. Meena, and she's actually in Nepal. She was a Harvard professor who left her job at Harvard. I was a professor too, and I left my job to do nonprofit work, but I left my job to do nonprofit work here in Pittsburgh. She left it to go to Nepal because the illiteracy rate was so high. And she was able to actually teach 80,000 women how to read and write.
It's so important.
It's vital. I mean, if you've got a mom who's running a family or helping out in the community and they can't read and write, that's like operating without an arm or a leg. So she's able to really help level that playing field. So it's a real blessing to be able to. A little bit.
You have Inspiring
Yes.
Lives magazine as well.
Thank you. Yes.
You feature all different women, different industries,
Yes.
as well as some of the nonprofit stuff. I'm sure finds its way in there, as you were saying.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
so how can people get involved in the Global Sisterhood?
Definitely. So it's globalsisterhoodonline.org for the actual Global Sisterhood. But if they wanted to subscribe to Inspiring Lives magazine, that's inspiringlivesmagazine.com, and that's part of the nonprofit, and that would help to funnel in and get those stories out there.
And give
so
awareness.
That they have an advocate, and those people out there watching Spotlight to Pittsburgh will hopefully be the advocates for the Global Sisterhood and really help continue to spread our mission out there.
And so you have your books. You have a 13th book.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank
coming
you.
up. What do you have anything else coming up that people can?
Absolutely, especially with the Global Sisterhood. We do the Empowering Women in Philanthropy Awards and the Empowering Women in Business Awards. So the Empowering Women in Business Awards will be May 1st. Coming up here in 2020, and that's going to be over at Bella Sara.
Oh.
So we're excited about that. They're close by to here.
Very close, yes. Well, we're going to bring Susan Miller back out here. So
Wonderful.
you
I
and
love
Susan
Susan.
can get to know each other a little bit better and talk about your nonprofits, who are
Excellent.
both about empowering women.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much for coming on. If there's anything I missed, feel free to share it now. If not, we can wait a few minutes and bring Susan out and see what you guys can do together.
I can always talk to you, Mandi. So.
Good. Well, thank you so much, Shellie. Two incredible nonprofits that are helping women in our region find a voice. We will welcome Dr. Shellie and Susan back when we take a break. Thanks. Hi, and welcome back to Spotlight on Pittsburgh. We have Susan and Dr. Shellie back here again. Susan was talking briefly about the Speakeasy event, and I wanted to touch base because I know you also have something, and she's attended before, and I want to hear more about it. It's a gala.
Yes, the Global Gala Mastermind. What do you think? You were there.
It was a lot of energy,
Yes.
a lot of beautiful people, but still highlighting the purpose. So
Absolutely. Beautiful people with beautiful hearts. Absolutely. So the Global Gala, we do it every 2 years. I could not do it every year because It's too much. But we bring in women from South Africa and Singapore and all over. They come here to our headquarters in Pittsburgh, and we have a blast. We get to know each other. We find out about each other's nonprofits and businesses. We raise each other up, and we really help support.
And so when is it coming out?
That's in the fall of 2020 to be announced. So if you're writing something on your calendar, do the May 1st for the, got your pen out there? Yeah, so May 1st, Bellicera for the Empowering Women in Philanthropy, and then the Global Gala will be announced in fall of 2020.
Wonderful. Yes. And so both of you, as I said before, are empowering women, finding people in Pittsburgh and beyond. I want each of you to answer, what would you say to a woman who wanted inspiration today? What is one line that you would say to them, or what is one vision that you have that you share with all women?
Yeah.
So what I would say is, you are worthy and you deserve it. You deserve your best life, and you can get there. You just have to be able to visualize it and find a support system like the Global Sisterhood and move up together.
Wonderful. And Susan?
Well, we all have weaknesses, but it's okay to have those weaknesses, and surround yourself with a team that believes in you and what you're trying to achieve, and always fall back on them. So that's, how I believe you get inspired to do the things you need to do.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. So She Deserves and Global Sisterhood,
Yes.
two worthy nonprofits that we're featuring this holiday season. There's so many nonprofits that
there's so many.
There's so many nonprofits out there. Whether or not you find one of yours or one that inspires both of your hearts, or all of your hearts out there, it's just good to get behind a great cause and try and help. So thank you both for coming on the show today. I very much appreciate it. And now let's share your wisdom with all of Pittsburgh.
I love
and
it.
beyond.
And Mandi, thank you so much for inviting us here
You're
to
welcome.
Spotlight on Pittsburgh.
You're
We
welcome.
Appreciate it.
Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you, Susan and Dr. Shellie, for joining us on this episode of Spotlight on Pittsburgh, and thank you all for watching. We also want to thank all of our local nonprofits this holiday season for all of your year-round hard work and helping those in need. Please follow Spotlight on Pittsburgh on Facebook and Instagram at Spotlight on Pittsburgh, and join us again next time when we shine the spotlight on two new guests.